What's up? It's Chris Herrio. Welcome to another vlog. Today, I'm gonna teach you the fastest way to learn the human flag. Now, when it comes to the human flag, you're basically pulling with one arm and pushing with the other to allow your body to lift up into a horizontal position and engaging your core and your lats to maintain your body in a straight line. Now, if you just jump into this move and try it for the first time, it's gonna feel extremely difficult. But if you know what to train for and you develop the proper muscle groups with the right exercises and learn the mechanics to the human flag, this move can actually be learned fairly quickly. And once you've learned this move and start training with it, it's going to greatly increase your upper body strength as well as your core, the muscles in your arms, and your pulling and pushing strength. And that's why this is an excellent exercise that you want to add to your arsenal and start learning right away. In fact, the very first exercise I'm going to show you to start training towards the human flag can actually be done by most beginners. But before we get into the very first exercise, I want to give you a list of other exercises that you can train for before getting into this that will develop the muscles required for the human flag. The first one is going to be scapular shrugs. That's going to strengthen your scapular retractions needed for the human flag. The second exercise that's helpful to train will be the planche leans. That's going to help improve your frontal delt strength. Next exercise is going to be high side plank. That's going to strengthen your obliques. Next on the list is archer push-ups. That's going to develop your pushing strength. Then we have archer pull-ups for your pulling strength. And the last one is going to be hanging windshield wipers, which is going to develop your core as well as your pulling strength. And all of these exercises use a similar body mechanics to the human flag. Pulling with one arm straight, pushing with one arm straight, working one side of your core, retracting or protracting your scapulas, and strengthening all the right muscles needed for the human flag. So it's not absolutely required that you mastered all these exercises, but it's definitely very helpful if you've already been training these exercises and you're well familiar with them. And if you're a subscriber to the channel, then you should have already been training those from our previous videos. So with that said, if you're ready to learn the fastest way on how to human flag, all you're gonna need is a pull and to download the Herrio Pro app in the App Store or Google Play Store so that you can properly follow along. Once you have the app, then open up the Herrio Pro app to the YouTube workout section. You should find this routine and we're ready to get started. Now, as I mentioned before, the very first exercise we're getting into is very beginner friendly, and we're mainly gonna be emphasizing on building the proper strength in our core and straight arms. So let's get down into the ground. We're gonna be going for high side plank raises. So with our arm locked out and straight, pushing down with our scapulas, down with our arm into the ground, down, and then all the way up. Let's put our hands up to simulate a flag. Let's go for 10 reps. Squeeze when you get to the top. Turn to the other side. 10 reps. All right, there we have the very first exercise, strengthening our obliques, shoulders, lats, core, and straight arm. If you feel like this exercise is challenging, you really want to focus on holding this position as well as repping it out until you've developed a significant amount of strength to where you're doing these effortlessly with perfect form for at least 10 repetitions. This exercise activates similar engagement in your obliques and your core to the human flag, except when you're in your human flag, it's going to be a lot more. So you really want to master this move, get it super strong before moving on. A harder variation of this exercise that you can continue to train once this gets a bit easier is to do the same thing with your feet elevated. So now we're going to move into the next exercise. That's going to be side plank flags. First, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to go for 10 reps on each side, and then we're going to break it down. Now you notice to get into this exercise, I put my hand down flat right in front of the bar. You want to make sure that your hand on the ground is parallel to the bar so that you're holding it in an even straight line while pushing and protracting your scapula with the hand that's on the ground the entire duration of this exercise. The better you're pulling with your top arm and pushing with your bottom arm, the lighter your lower body is going to be. First, starting off this exercise, your feet may feel heavier when raising them, but as you get better, your feet are going to feel lighter when they raise as your upper body is starting to help more. All right, so there we have the side plank flag. Very important to keep in mind when doing anything with the human flag, it happens right above your head. It doesn't happen in front or behind. So you want to make sure that your arms are right by your ears when doing the human flag. So master this move on both sides. You want to be able to do at least 10 reps with perfect form effortlessly. And once you can do so, you're ready for the next step. That's gonna be straddle flag raises. So I'm gonna go for 5 reps on both sides, show you what it looks like, then break it down. So at the beginning, when first starting to train this exercise, you may only be able to hop up just a little bit, but the more you do it, the stronger you're gonna get, and eventually you'll be able to go up higher and higher. This is the first exercise that actually brings your whole body into a human flag position, so we're almost there. All right, so there we have the straddle flag raises. So when first starting off this exercise, it's most comfortable for me when my hand is down, thumbs facing down, and I'm gripping somewhere below my waistline. If it's any way higher, then I'm gonna have to do a flag a lot higher. It's gonna be a lot harder. So I always like to have it just above my knee, right where my hand drops, right here, so I can still bend down a little bit and get right into the movement. Now, as for my second hand, that's gonna be fairly wide. The shorter and narrow it is, a lot harder it's gonna be. So you wanna have a really firm grip on your top hand. It helps if you have an overgrip as well. So this is basically how you wanna get into this movement. You're gonna turn your body, turn your hips, and turn your body. So while the bottom arm supports, it's also protracting and pushing away from the bar, while the top one is pulling, just like this. And while you're doing that, you wanna make sure that your body is in the middle of your arms, so not in the front, and not in the back. That's why when you get into this movement, you already start with your hands in front of you. You need to come back and put your head aligned with the bar right here. Now, once you're in this position, you can swing your top foot and bounce with your low foot while you pull with your top hand and push with your bottom hand. Eventually, you get better at that, you'll be able to push higher and higher. All right, so once you've mastered that, you can do it with perfect form for at least 5 reps on both sides effortlessly. You're ready to move on to the last exercise to master the human flag. That's gonna be flag raises. I'm gonna go for 5 reps on both sides, show you what it looks like, and then I'll explain how to do it. And when first starting off this exercise, it's exactly like the previous progression, the straddle flag, except that when you get to the top, you're bringing your feet together to hold and solidify the human flag for as long as possible before coming back down. Now, once you can do this exercise, you are super close to getting the human flag. And there we have the flag raises. At the beginning, you may just jump into the human flag position and come right back down. But the more you train this, you're gonna develop more strength, and eventually you'll be able to hold that human flag position for longer and longer, until one day, after a significant amount of training, you'll be able to just go up, boom, and hold it, and not feel like your body is dropping down. And that's when you have officially unlocked your human flag. So if you consistently start training all these progressions, starting from the very beginning, including the list of exercises that I gave before, you'll be doing a human flag in no time and building a significant amount of strength and muscle. Remember, it's not practice that makes perfect, but perfect practice that makes perfect. Just because you try to kick up into a human flag a billion times, or even a handstand, doesn't mean that eventually you're gonna get it. You have to know exactly what to train for and start working up those steps, developing the right muscle groups, technique, and strength required for these specific exercises. And that goes for anything else. If you're gonna train for it, know what to train for and how to do it properly. And if you're still struggling with this exercise, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'll try to respond to it. And you can also watch my video, How to Human Flag, over on the Thanix channel. I give some more tips on there as well. But for more workouts just like this, getting you in the best shape of your life, already planned out, knowing what to train for, like programs I've created with specific goals in mind, like building lean, solid muscle while simultaneously burning fat and getting shredded, all with minimal to no equipment. Make sure you download the Harrier Pro app in the App Store, and make sure you upgrade your account to a member on harrierpro.com to get full access to all my workouts and workout programs. It's like having me as a personal trainer right in your pocket. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want the next video to be about. Share this video with a friend that wants to learn how to human flag. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I post every single Thursday, 2 p.m. USA Eastern Time. And if you comment within the first 30 minutes, you always have a chance to win. It's a free Harrier apparel. And speaking of Harrier apparel, my brand new Harrier collection is right about to drop. A lot of the pieces to the collection you've seen in a bunch of videos on the channel, like the black track pants, white track pants, windbreakers, workout shorts, even the ones that I'm wearing right now, and a whole lot more. You can check out the whole line right now at chrisharrier.com. And make sure to follow me on Instagram to know exactly when it drops. Every single post on Instagram, I always do some type of giveaway. If you want a chance to be a part of that as well, make sure to follow me on IG. And with that said, I'll see you next Thursday, 2 p.m. USA Eastern Time. Mad love. Peace out.